Shine your horn. Is your horn tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
Good morning, Dusters. Welcome to Duster Club, and what a week. What a couple weeks it has been. I spoke with someone very smart and very influential in the crypto sector, in the meme coin sector last night, and they told me something about our unicorn fart dust that I thought was just absolutely shocking, absolutely pertinent to what we are doing right now. What this person told me and why I'm going to explain that to you is basically that if we don't thrive, if unicorn fart dust doesn't thrive through this cycle in crypto, that basically none of the cryptos, none of the meme coins, will do well. That if we don't make it, nobody should make it. I'm going to give you the reasons why in this video. But first, my disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Don't buy or sell anything based on anything that I say. I'm speaking about unicorn fart dust because I believe in it, because I own a huge number of beans. It's a big investment to me, but I'm not a financial advisor. Be responsible with any of your investments. Oh, and I do need to disclose to you that last night we did purchase 100,000 beans. As a matter of fact, today is Susie's birthday. You may want to wish her a happy birthday. Everyone out there in Dusterland, happy birthday to Susie. What's that? Oh, okay, I just really screwed up. I don't know. I'm thinking today's her birthday. Her birthday, she just yelled at me from upstairs, is actually tomorrow, in which I knew. Anyway, today I was asking her what she wanted, and she wants, guess what she wants for her birthday? She wants beans. Hold on. I need to call her on the mic, on the walkie here and apologize. I'm sorry, sweetie. I don't know why I got that screwed up. I'm sorry. And do you have your walkie on?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tomorrow is Susie's birthday. I'm sorry I did that. Over.
Today's my mom's birthday, though.
Okay. All right. Let's get back into this. Now that I have Susie's birthday straight, boy, if that's the worst of the difficulties we'll have here this morning, we'll be doing good. But why did this person say this? Why did this person say, Ron, if UFD doesn't make it, none of the meme coins will likely make it or should make it? And here was the reasoning behind it, which I found it was very enlightening, very eye-opening for me, that we are the most universal, the most decentralized and democratized store of value in the meme coin sector. Now, that's a lot to say. That's a mouthful. So let's break it down. Let me give you some examples. Democratized means that we are by the people. It's like democracy. The people decide. You decide who has value. You decide where to assign value. And UFD is one of the most democratized meme coins that's really probably ever been created. Now, there's some other great ones. I'm not saying, but we are in that top 1% of the pure democracy. And that's actually something about crypto in general. The real crypto, the real things like Bitcoin, the real pure meaning behind Bitcoin. Because look, I'll tell you my impressions after 3 months. A lot of the cryptos, a lot of these other coins that get started by big venture capital firms and big business have been kind of polluted, if that makes sense. It almost seems like they invest all this money and make all these promises, and then they use the retail investor, right, as exit liquidity. Whereas we're more of a pure, the story. I sat down here, right, 54-year-old and did an experiment and started a meme coin for $100. And the people decided it's democratized. It's like democracy. And we have this like absolute pure opportunity from that perspective. And the fact that we're also decentralized to the state. Look, guys, here's the reality, right? I just told you the story. I was a skeptic on crypto, started this thing. But what resulted from that was that we have this complete decentralized structure. This is headquarters. And I will sit here and tell you, yes, I'm dedicated. I will work. I will be here. You're my friends. Oh, by the way, hold on. I got to remember, horns up, dusters, horns up, right? Good attracts good. We need to say that every day here in Duster Club. But this decentralized structure that we have, where you got a guy in his basement, right, that started it for $100 and it's spread, right, all throughout the world. Everybody has the same fair opportunity. That means if you're sitting in a country in Central Africa and you have a phone, you have the same opportunity with Unicorn Fart Dust that a person in Chicago sitting on the 84th floor of whatever it's called now, Willis Tower, I think is what they refer to it. You have the person in working off a little solar panel with a cell phone in Central Africa has the same opportunity as the guy on the 84th floor of Willis Tower, right? We provide this absolute equal, fair, level playing field. And on top of that, this guy's he's a smarty pants, right? He reminded me, we are the people's coin. We are the underdog. We are the coin that didn't spend any money on getting ourselves promoted. We didn't spend any money on any other type of major marketing campaign, right? To influence people to buy us. It happened organically. It happened 100% on an organic level that is unique, that is special. We are amongst a handful of coins who can claim that, right? There's no big money. Trust me. I don't have a rich uncle sitting over there in the corner feeding us money saying no. So as we go through, right, what is now this core building process that we're in, right? It's hard, right? Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something, Buttercup, dusters and diamond hooved dusters. There's got to be a new level above diamond hooved within our community, because that's what the people who are buying now, we're like the diamond hooves that are signing up for the long-term commitment, right? Not gonna sell. I was talking to this guy last night and I'm like, I'm not selling. I've never sold. I bought beans last night. Looks like I'm going to be buying more today for Susie for her birthday. So there's your full disclosure. And I did. Let me back up. That's something else that's different about us. Man, there's so much that's unique about our special opportunity here with Unicorn Fart Dust. I will always tell you before I do anything, before that will have any impact on Unicorn Fart Dust. 100% transparency. So yesterday during the live stream, I told you I'd be buying some beans. Okay, last night I bought beans and I put a post on X. I'm telling you today, we're probably going to be buying a few more beans for upstairs Susie's birthday. So later on today, we'll keep you posted on that as well. Where was I? I don't know. It's just everything is so special and unique about this. Oh, the level above diamond hooved, right? Because that's what the people who are holding right now, and also the people who are buying right now, are building. This is a unique, guys. This is not going to happen again. And by the way, I'd like to say that I used channel sponsor Ledger, LEDGER, right? The leader, right, in hardware wallet technology, allowing us to help like protect and save our beans. I used the Ledger device yesterday when I purchased the beans. I don't keep it here on site, but what a wonderful piece of equipment to work with. And to know that the beans are now held in cold storage gives me a nice level of comfort, I guess you can say. So thank you, Ledger, right? And guys, please, one more quick thing about security when it comes to cryptocurrency. Please don't make the same painful mistake that I made. Don't think about security after something happens. Do yourself a favor, okay? Think about security before something happens. Check out Ledger. You'll find that they're the leader, again, in crypto security, hardware wallet technology, and I have an affiliate link. It's in the description of this video, and it's on the link tree. So thank you, Ledger. Thanks for helping us here at Unicorn Fart Dust. There's another big, if you heard this, what does it mean? Like, look, the whole crypto sector is being kind of pummeled lately. Okay, you know that. I know that. We don't want to focus on that. That gives us an opportunity to grow stronger. Again, I was talking to another influential person in the crypto sector. There's people that are speculating, we'll say, right, that what's been going on with UFD lately is the result of some of the big early investors maybe selling some of their beans. Okay, but this person brought up a point, right? And there's a big reason why we want to pay attention to this, why this is very important. He said there's a finite amount of time and beans, a limited, that these early big investors can liquidate within UFD. But, and here's the but, you know I like big buts, and this is a big but. We got to remember on top of that, so they have a finite amount of beans. There's only, right, you know the story. You know it. Uh-oh, my beans aren't level. We got some crooked dusters. Some crooked. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There's a finite number of beans. There's only so many that any whale or big holder, somebody who maybe bought early, there's all kinds of speculation. I'm not going to go into detail, but we know one thing for sure about it. There's only so many beans that, if indeed it's true, there's some big seller or big holders that are kind of liquidating at this point. It's limited. Our ability as dusters, our ability as diamond hooves, right? Our ability as a community to stand strong and to continue to build, right? And to galvanize and to forge ourselves and to absorb that's infinite, right? They got a finite number of beans they maybe want to get rid of. Our ability to remain here, right? To remain this pure, democratized, decentralized, universally accepted cryptocurrency, it is infinite. Our strength as dusters, I don't know, I'll ask you, do you feel it? Do you feel like your strength as a holder of Unicorn Fart Dust is strong, and your ability, right, to withstand these storms strong, right? Look, I don't have a crystal ball. You know that, right? What I have is my ability to come on here and be honest with you, be transparent with you, show up every day like you're showing up every day, like you're here right now, building this thing for what we believe, right, definitely can be a much, much, much brighter future. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at some data. Our friend Emma Bear. Emma. We love Emma. And Emma put out this great post. This is interesting. What is it? Let me get back and look you in the eye. What does it mean? Think about this, right? We're 3 months old. 3 months old. And what does it mean that we're at the top of all these lists within the Solana meme coin universe? I want to give you an example right now, and I want to hear what you think about this, because I think this shows some incredible potential for where we could be headed. Quick UFD analysis during the most brutal downturn in UFD short history. Mid-sized holders are accumulating. UFD is ranked second in all Solana-based meme coins in its percentage of holders with $10,000 or more invested, ahead of much larger and older projects like Giga, Popcat, A16Z, and Whiff. I think that's Dog with Hat. So let's look at this sheet that she pulled up. There we are. Okay, number 2, right? And Fartcoin's been around. Fartcoin had established itself well in advance of UFD being created. Okay, that doesn't mean that we can't catch them. We've got the magic gas, right? The magic fart. But anyway, total holders, we're still right around 40,000. If we go to this middle column, let me get my crayons out here, because I think this is what we want to pay attention to. If we look at these columns, okay, 10 $10,000 plus, number of $10,000 plus holders, and percentage of $10,000 plus holders. So we have 609. But guys, that represents over 1.5% of our holding base. That puts us in second place, above Giga, above Packet, Whip, Fog, Please, Ponk, Bonk, Pingu, Trump, Peanut. Wow, look at Trump is at 0.35%. And when we look at some of the other numbers, right, $100,000 plus holders, we have 43 of those, which to me isn't all that many. But what that shows, and that puts us still near the top, is that our holder base is distributed quite well, okay? If we look over here at the $1,000 plus holders, okay, we have 2,000 people in that, and that's a number that I would also be real that I think is very important to look at, because that's 5%, which again puts us in the top rank, not second. The second is for the 10,000 holders. So what does this kind of data shows us? It shows us that in the Solana ecosystem, we continue to remain to be a leader, okay? And by almost, this is important, because why? Why are we a leader? Because by almost any measure or metric, we are as good or better than most any of the meme coins. We are right up there, guys. We are right there by almost every measure, every metric. You know what you're doing socially on X. You know what we're doing socially on all these different platforms. By the way, hey, please, guys, please go out to our YouTube channel. Watch this on the YouTube channel, or at minimum, please go out to the YouTube channel and subscribe. That will help us a great deal. And the reason why is we can reach so many buttercups on YouTube, on these other platforms. We're on Abstract right now. Hello, all our friends on Abstract, right? Hello, Luca, the penguin. See the penguin back there, everybody? We love our pudgy penguin friends. But we're also on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. Please, right? Go out, thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. I'm supposed to tell you that. But by almost any measure or metric, right, we are in the top tier of meme coins. That's a big deal, okay? That's a huge, huge deal. I believe, this is just my belief, don't make any financial decisions, that we are grossly undervalued when you compare us, right, on measurement, real measurement, social dominance, the numbers we just looked at from Emma, right? Any measure or metric, we can use that metric. If you look at us on a nominal basis, anyway, we're undervalued. That's my opinion. Again, I'll say it one more time, right? Don't make any financial decisions. Always be responsible. But to me, if you look at the hard numbers, the data, okay, you look at the data, Buttercup, I'm going to start talking to those buttercups now more often, right? We appear to be, but not just appear to be, we are undervalued, right? And as this community continues to forge itself, but there's a bonus, right? There's a bonus, because right now, compared to them, we're undervalued, but we're only 3 months old. Think about that. Okay, and we're comparing ourselves to most of these meme coins, and we're right in the same category with them, but our price is relatively undervalued. But, and you know I like big butts, I do not lie, right? We're only 3 months old, and we got the best community out there. We got the most cultish community out there. Right? We're unicorns. We're UFD. I mean, to me, it's just an unbelievable opportunity. Now, this blew me away. I don't know. I kind of felt like we made it. You know, I'm an older gentleman, 55 years old. I think technically a senior citizen. Old Grampy here. Hello, Henoch, our friend Henoch. I don't know how to pronounce it now. I'm confused, but our friend, he calls me his granddaddy. I was impressed by this. I had no idea. As an older gentleman, I like Yahoo Finance, okay? So I was out looking at Yahoo Finance last night, and now is it today or tomorrow? Boy, think it's tomorrow. I'm getting everything mixed up. Tomorrow is Susie's birthday. But if you go to Yahoo Finance, I was shocked by this, and you type in the search bar UFD, okay? I had no idea. It actually pulls up it did. Come on. There it is. It pulls up our coin. Okay? Look at this. I mean, it's unbelievable. I couldn't believe this. I'm like, there we are, right? Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. We are forging right now. But like Yahoo Finance, the same place where you go to look at, let's say, Apple stock, right? Oh, look at that, 222. It's up. But we've made it. Right? We're established. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. We are here to stay, right? And the fact that I know it may sound small and trivial to you, but as an almost boomer, when I went on Yahoo Finance and I see unicorn fart dust, it actually comes up in the search bar. It tells me that we got things going on, right? And we're still winning polls. We talked about, what does that mean, right? Let's do an update here. Okay. Hopefully you're still there. We had a little technical problem. Okay. Listen to this. It says, I've never seen UFD lose a poll since the coin came out. Think that doesn't mean anything? Try the official Ledger meme tournament where UFD came in first as well. Lesson in that. The lesson is that even though UFD hasn't lost a poll when a meme coin, the token, that's what Kellogg says. No, the lesson in that is that UFD continues at 3 months old to win meme coin polls. And there was a new one out. Darn it, did I miss it? Where did it go? Well, there was the new one that was out. I'm probably not going to be able to pull it out. But we'd made it, last I'd heard, to the semifinals, okay? And we were doing very well. And the fact that we continue to win these polls does say, right, that this community is here to stay. So thank you, guys. Please keep that up. It's time to do Duster of the Day. Okay, Duster of the Day. And today's Duster of the Day is our friend JB Starship. There's his Twitter profile. There we go. JB Starship. He's a hardcore UFD supporter, has been for a while. But what I love about JB Starship is this game that he made. Have you guys checked this out yet? You can go to please go out there, right? Follow him. I'll put out a tweet here in a little bit, but let's go take a look at the game. Okay. I'm going to press play again. In this game that JB Starship put up is to collect the jelly beans. Oh no, all right, I died. Sorry, I think I have too many. Let's try that again. Here we go. There's a bean. You got to collect the beans. I got one. I don't know what this does. Woo, that make me bigger or something? Oh, there's a big bean. So this is an awesome game. This is a great example of, hold on. All right, so I died. A great example of things that are going on in the community by people like you to help spread the dust, to help spread the word. There's a guy who said, hey, I think I could make a game for Unicorn Fart Dust. He took some action, made the game. Okay, it's helping people learn more about UFD. It's the value that we create, right? I mean, we are good attracts good. You know that. That's important. We are honesty. We are integrity. We are prosperity. We're also transparency, right? But on top of that, we have a lot of fun together. We have a community that supports one another. We have a community that's there for each other. We have a community that creates music, art, games, everything under the sun. People are stepping up. I understand, right? It's been a very difficult time in crypto. But, I don't know, people, I don't want to be negative, but we're being real, right? It's been a difficult 5 or 6 weeks, 7 weeks, right? but you as a community continue to step up. JB Starship, look, you are doing a lot for the community. We appreciate you. You are the duster of the day. I want everybody to join me in helping me to install his golden horn. Congratulations, JB Starship. Everybody go out there and give him a follow. Hey, let's look at something fun. You know I love David Goldstein, and one of the people that works for him, I think this is actually pretty cool looking. I love David. Put this picture out last night. Hold on here. There we go. We're going to feature this today. David, you're the co-duster of the day. David Goldstein, one of his people said, breaking, Hooters is officially filed for bankruptcy. And it says, David is going to kill me. I think that's a good picture of the guy. Hey, I'd buy some wings from him, wouldn't you? I might even add on a fountain drink or something like that. But David's been a big supporter of UFD. I put a comment under this, said, well, you know, if you're willing to wear a Hooters outfit, maybe we can get you into a unicorn onesie at some point when we come and visit you in New York City. So I just thought that was fun. And I love that guy. He's a great man. I'll have to get him on the live stream again sometime soon. Then he also put out this yesterday. When it comes to crypto, big changes are going on in the world right now. And again, his media company put this out that was just in yesterday. Senator Tommy Tuberville plans to introduce a bill that would allow Americans to invest their retirement savings into cryptocurrency. I mean, can you imagine that? Now, it's just a bill that's been proposed. So this isn't a law as of yet, but all over the world, are you seeing it? Right? Yesterday, we talked about Japan. In Spain, I think it was Spain. Well, we did some Spain. There was one from France. France is investing. We know what's going on in the United States, right? Already with our current administration, and now we have senators proposing to allow Americans to invest their savings, their retirement savings, into crypto. The world is changing very quickly. You know, I was trying to explain to somebody yesterday about tokenization of things, like real world tokenization, and how crypto is this, that, you know, most people don't understand. This person, she has a master's degree, smart, you know, whatever, master's degree. I'm not real big on degrees, although I have a bachelor's degree, but nonetheless, I was trying to explain to her how like the blockchain allows that all types of opportunities for DeFi. Because I started reading about this thing, decentralized finance, right? Which I understood what the benefits, but I didn't put it together that that's what people are referring to with DeFi, that the blockchain allows, right, this ability to cut out a lot of the BS, a lot of the skimming and scamming that goes on in the current financial system, the banks, right? I mean, imagine this. And I tried to explain it to her. I said, like if you're from Mexico and you're here working and you want to send money back to your family in Mexico, previously you were in this situation where you would have to like pay like 8% fee to Western Union or one of those money transfer places. Whereas now you can transfer that money essentially for free, right? With the blockchain, and that's a big deal. And even on things like tokenizing the titles on your houses and cutting out title insurance, like this is a massive thing that's happening in our world right now. There are really legitimate big benefits, efficiency benefits, accuracy benefits, right, to tokenization, to decentralized finance. To me, as I'm learning more and more about this, it's almost like how, like when the internet first came out, I remember that in the mid 90s, people were like, what? That doesn't make sense. I'll tell you a quick story. In 1999, and I worked in the tech field, I remember, I think it was a story about Bill Gates was building this new mansion up in Seattle, I think it was. And he talked about how in the future that our houses, even our appliances and our garage door openers and our doorbells and all this stuff would be connected through the internet. And I remember I was a young man, so my mind was probably more open now than it was even now. I remember thinking, that sounds insane. That doesn't make sense. How could you have your doorbell connected to a computer, does, whatever may. And guys, it's kind of the same thing that I think a lot of people, including myself, right, who don't really understand. You know what I call it? I'll give you a quick lesson: contempt prior to investigation. Everybody, I think, to one degree or another, if we don't understand something, it's easy to be suspicious of it. Sorry, I got off on a little tangent there, but I think it's very, very interesting. Let's talk about the general economy. Warning, because what's going to happen is liquidation and money printing. But now let's go out to CNBC and see what they're saying. I've told you guys, let's go back here. I've warned you about the S word for almost a year and a half, stagflation. We are in a stagflationary environment. And now, even the leader in business news, CNBC, is talking about it. Let's go out to their article here. Okay, it says first quarter gross domestic product growth will be just 0.3%. as tariffs stroke stagflation conditions, says a CNBC survey. Okay. Economic growth in the first quarter, just 0.3%. Okay. Which was a forecast from 14 economists. So that's like stagnant. That means no growth, not negative, not positive, pretty much barely positive at 0.3%. But the survey also shows core PCE inflation, which is the one that the Fed looks at most closely, will remain stuck around 3% for most of the year. Okay, back up here. So we have an economy that is not growing at all. And then on top of that, we have the quote unquote official government numbers for inflation at 3%. Let me let you guys in. So this Dower forecast come as the decline in consumer and business sentiment from the emerging trade war is showing up in real economic activity. Wow, there's a lot to unpack there. Okay, guys, what this means, put on your thinking cap for 1 second. The government, okay, or these 14 economists are saying no growth. I can tell you, right? The GDP numbers, everybody knows all these numbers from the government are BS. So that's overstated, most likely, 0.3%. On top of that, now we have a 3% inflation rate. That's according to the BLS, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Although what I hear, I'm not saying this, but what I hear is that on Wall Street, they like to refer to that as the Bureau of Lies and Statistics. But nonetheless, if we got an economy that's not doing anything, and inflation that's up here, okay, that's stagnant, stagflation. Remember, mark my word, that in the end will be very good for things like silver, gold, and cryptocurrency. Because at the end of the day, they're going to have to print money. There's no way around it. There's no way around. Either they're going to print money. I don't want to be the doomsayer here, but the ship has sailed. Okay. Either they're going to have to print money, or we're going to go into a very bad recession. Might I even say almost a depression? Nobody talks about depressions anymore. But that's not out of the question. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not predicting. What I'm predicting, and I'm usually accurate to about 66.3%, is that they're not going to let us go deep into a recession. Right now, what Trump is doing is forcing this guy, right? This guy to take action. Trump loves drama. Trump loves borrowing money. Trump loves spending money. Okay, so he's forcing Jerome at the Federal Reserve, who controls the nation's monetary policy. Okay, you got the government, that's called fiscal policy. That's a big cluster bomb, as you know. And you've got the situation going on with the Doge thing and cutting all this stuff and blah blah blah, which isn't really going to make a big. I'm in favor of efficiency and no doubt about it, but it's not going to fix. It's not going to fix the big problem we have. It's like you and your house on the verge of bankruptcy, and then suddenly you say, you know what, honey, maybe we'll stop going out to eat 5 nights a week. We're going to cut that back to 3 nights a week. Well, that's great, but you're still in big trouble financially, and that's the fiscal situation right now in the United States. It's ugly. He's going to force the Fed into a situation where they provide massive liquidity to the U.S. economy, and that will filter through into the into the crypto market, into a lot of different markets. So very, very fertile ground for all of those. The other thing I want to touch on with you guys was yesterday was supposed to be this big silver squeeze. I don't think it had much impact at all. You know, I love silver. Silver, in my opinion, and I read this again last night. Silver's much more the original form of money in the world than anything else, than gold included. Everybody says, "Oh, gold," and gold is, you know, kind of the Bitcoin of the real world, long-term 5,000 year history store of value. But silver was used as money way before gold, and used as money way much more than gold over the millennium. So there's silver, as a result, has been one of the most manipulated markets in the history of the world. And there are people who spent decades studying silver and proving that over the last number of decades that it has been super manipulated. But there was supposed to be the silver squeeze yesterday. It didn't really catch on. It didn't go anywhere. But that's okay. And let me tell you why. Because the retail investing segment of silver is just a small fraction of the overall silver picture. The reality for silver is that the world, because silver is used in everything electronic, solar panels, medical, silver's antimicrobial. Silver's like the most versatile metal. I think it has more patents include silver than any other metal. And you know that with AI, with electric cars, with solar growth, the demand for silver is far outstripping the amount that the world can supply. That's going to be the critical thing as we move into the coming years that I think will impact the silver price. That and the fact, think about this. In 1980 or 2011, a couple times, silver hit around $50 per ounce. Silver trades around $34 per ounce right now. Silver is like one of the only assets in the world that hasn't gone past an all-time high, especially when you factor in that these all-time highs were 14, 15 years ago. Anyway, I digress. Have a great day. Thank you for being here, Dusters. Okay, you're an important part of this community. This is not possible without you. Okay, be good to yourself. Have a good day. Let's go out to the comment section for a few minutes. We've been having fun doing this. See what's going on in the comments, okay? Buy and hold before the whales. Here we go. Let's take this one up. All right. Buy and hold before the whales enter again. UFD forever. Yes, thank you, my friend. Let's see here. All right, there's Susie. Thank you for being here. All right, guys. We're going to sign off. There's Haley. Hello, Haley. Hello, UFD Corral. Skeleton Jazz. DJ Litmus. Good to see you, DJ. Looking forward to your show Friday night. The UFD. Good morning. Elizabeth is here. Wow, Elizabeth Grace. Talked with her last night. Thank you, Elizabeth, for everything you're doing for the community. There's Susie, whose birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Susie. Yeah, guys, please help me wish Susie a happy birthday tomorrow. All right, Nate, good to see you. Carpenter Patriot, Wayne Cordova. All right, guys, we're going to end for now. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of the basement. Have a great day. Keep our attitudes positive. We got a lot to be grateful for. I've been reading this great book about community building, and it was talking about Oprah Winfrey last night. You know, she's been successful, like her, not making any statement, but she brought up a good point that like thinking positive, the importance of thinking positive as you go through your daily lives. You know what I like to do? I almost forgot. Hold on, I got my list here. We got to do the 3-second smile, Dusters. That's where we all look at each other and smile for 3 seconds. Which I always feel corny, but people like it. Do you like it? Doesn't it feel good to smile? Keep smiling with me here. We're gone way over 3 seconds. It's a big deal, okay? Good attracts good. Like, share, subscribe. I got a list of what I'm supposed to say. Number one, please be good to yourself. Keep smiling, okay? We're gonna be a community for a long, long time. I appreciate you being here. All right, and I will look forward